Welcome back to Coffee and Tea with Carrie Vee. I'm Carrie Vee, your biggest fan, the person who believes in you even when you don't believe in yourself. I love you, and let's jump right into today's episode of Coffee and Tea with Carrie Vee. We're talking all about empowerment. What is empowerment? Is the word empowerment overused, outdated, dead? Someone said to me recently, I don't want to use the word empowerment anymore because it's been too overused and it doesn't mean anything anymore. And it really got me thinking because I personally like the word empowerment and I've built an entire business around the word empowerment. My book behind me is the Radical Empowerment Method. The program, my signature online program that I still give to my clients that I sell regularly is called the Radical Empowerment Method. And I chose that word with intention. Radical means above the top, over an abundance. And empowerment is pouring into others, giving them the strength and the power to develop their own strengths and skills. Radical empowerment. So I really started thinking about that comment. Is the word empowerment dead? Well, I guess it depends on how you're going to look at the word empowerment and if you're going to attach the concept to the word as well. The word empowerment, you could say, is overused if you're simply going to throw it on a bunch of mugs and t-shirts and plaques and whatever you can think of to print it on and put it on people's walls, give it away. If you're not going to tap into what the word means, then we've probably overused the word empowerment. There are people who say, well, the word empowerment just means that those who are privileged give their knowledge to others who don't have it. I disagree with that as well. And I will tell you why in just a moment. I believe the word empowerment is empowering. And I believe that empowering others and empowering ourselves is a crucial part of life. Personal life, business life, family life, spiritual life, in all of those areas, the word empowerment and the concept, more importantly, of empowerment is empowering. Many of us, many people on this earth, unfortunately, spend their entire lives never tapping into who they were created to become. They spend their entire lives never fully becoming who they are, who they could be. They don't tap into their own empowerment. They don't embrace the empowerment that others are trying to give them. They just simply don't believe in themselves enough to believe that they were put on this globe to do anything other than live, work, retire, and die. That is a tragedy. As far as I'm concerned, that's a huge tragedy. We all have this ability to become so much more than we tap into. And we get to do more by empowering ourselves and then giving that knowledge away and empowering others. And when we give that knowledge away, we are not taking anything away from ourselves or building ourselves while we're giving it to others. They build themselves, they give it away, that builds. Can you see how that just starts to grow exponentially? Empowerment is not dead. But if you are not empowering yourself and if you are not giving that power and that knowledge away to others, then we're letting a concept of empowerment die. And that is something that let's just all pinky swear together that we're not going to let that happen. Any word can be overused. The word gratitude, we could say, oh, I don't believe in gratitude. It's so overused. It's on a lot of plaques. It's on a lot of mugs. It's on a lot of t-shirts. But the reason it's there is because people want to help others become more grateful. When we are triggered by something, the trigger is not the thing or the person that triggered us. The trigger is inside of us. And so if we are triggered by something like the word empowerment, like we're talking about today, if we're triggered by that word, let's find out why we're triggered by it rather than just saying, it's just a stupid word and we're not going to use it anymore. That trigger, that piece that's triggered is inside of you. It's inside of me. When we are triggered, That's when we get quiet and we figure out why. Because the person or the object or the thing or the TV show or the commercial or whatever it is that quote unquote triggered us is not the trigger. It's what set off what was inside of us. So if we're triggered by this word empowerment, let's find out why. So let's talk about how we empower ourselves. And then we're going to flip that into how do we empower others and why is that important? I believe that when we are empowering ourselves, we are understanding the power of choice. That's the first thing. We're going to talk about a few things here. One is understanding that power of choice. The power of choice is one of my main keynotes. It is my signature story. Having that choice every single day, multiple times a day, having the choice to decide what we're going to say, what we're going to do, where we're going to go, how we're going to respond. We have the power of choice. Every choice we make has a consequence, and every consequence starts to write the story of our life. So that power of choice is so empowering because when we make our choices wisely, meaning we don't let fear drive the boat, but we allow ourselves to take the risk, to blossom, to make these choices, to step out and become more powerful. Not power in the sense of lording it over others and making them do what they don't want to do, or I'm better than you. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about stepping into who we were created to become so that we can make a greater impact and become a bigger influence on the people around us. That is the power of choice. And those choices are from our physical body to our emotional health, to our spiritual health, to our family health and our business health. It's all of those things we make. We make over 30,000 choices a day, according to Cornell University. It's a lot of chances to make a greater positive impact on the world. You have that power. One is the power of choice. Two is having a growth mindset. Knowing that you can improve every single day is empowering yourself to live that life of amazing choices, that growth mindset. You're not fixed. You're not stuck. You never were. A lot of us will say that. I just feel stuck. You're not stuck. No one is stuck. Marie Forleo says everything is figure outable. I believe it was her mother who taught her that. I fully agree with that. Start focusing on solutions rather than the problem. It takes you out of that stuck mindset of your feet being in the cement, and it takes you out of that and puts you into a growth mindset, focusing on the solutions to get you where you want to be and into the person that you were created to become. Number 3 is using your persistence muscle. What is persistence? Getting up and doing it all over again. Finding out what worked and what didn't work, tweaking it and doing it again, but never giving up. You might rewrite a little bit, you might tweak a little bit, but you are not giving up on yourself or anyone else. That's the persistence muscle. Number 4, let's bring that word gratitude back. Practicing gratitude every single day. Being grateful that you are alive, that you woke up on this side of the dirt. Being grateful for everything you have, even if it's not everything you want yet. Gratitude and empowerment is about being grateful for what you already have. It is majorly empowering to go into a store and think about, I don't know, do I want this? Do I want to buy this? Will it put me in debt if I buy this? Those are all going back to the power of choice. These all tie together. But being able to stand in a moment and say, I am so grateful for what I already have. And this object that I'm holding is not going to make me happy. It might for the moment, but it's not going to make me long-term happy. So is this something that I want to invest in? And again, the answer might be yes and it might be no. But gratitude is knowing that you don't need that object to become grateful because you're already grateful for everything you have. Practicing gratitude. The next one goes along with that. It's savoring the good stuff. Savor it. Savor all of those things that you already have. Notice life's small pleasures, the smell of flowers or the giggle of a toddler, the laugh of your family, the ability to read and write and speak. Savor all of those things. If your family is over for dinner, put the phones away and focus on them. Savor every moment. If someone's asking you a question, Put down the book, put down the phone, engage with them. Those are the moments that you will wish you had back someday. I wish that that is something that I had tapped into when I was much younger. Now, with so many of my family members that have transitioned or arrived, as some cultures say when someone dies, they have finally arrived. So many of my family members have arrived. And I wish that I could go back and savor more of those small moments. I wish I had understood how important those small, seemingly small moments were, because it was actually the big stuff. I'd love to hear my dad laugh again. I would love to sit down and have a conversation with my mom. I'd love to sing with my brother Bill. I would love to sit out on the deck in Georgia with my Aunt Jenny or make cookies with my grandmother. There are so many moments that I wish I had realized were the best stuff. Savor those things. Next is to know your strengths and actually grow them. We spend a lot of time focusing on the things we're not good at, wishing we were better at them, when we all have these amazing strengths. The things that make us unique and weird, those are our strengths. Tap into those and grow them. There are other people that are really good at the things you're not so good at. So make it a goal to be able to hand those things off to a team. Focus on your strengths, grow them. Number 8, get quiet on the inside. Learn the art of doing nothing. Quiet. You don't always have to have your phone in your hand. You don't always have the TV on. You don't always have to have music. Learn the art of getting quiet and doing nothing. That's when your best ideas come to you, right? Like when you're standing in the shower and it's quiet and the water is cascading over your body. Those are sometimes the best ideas. Or when you wake up in the middle of the night and you start to think, sometimes those ideas are amazing because everything's quiet. I make it a practice to get up in the morning before anyone else is up as many days a week as I can, so that I can tap into the silence of the house. It's still dark outside. It's quiet. The hustle and bustle hasn't started. Take that time to tap into the silence and let yourself dream, pray, think, meditate, whatever it is that you want to do, but tap into that silence. Learn the art of getting quiet on the inside. Number 9 is being kind to yourself and to others. So here's a challenge for you. For the next 30 days, catch every unkind, negative thought that comes into your mind, catch it, and rewrite it into a positive, kind remark, and release the negative one. I challenge you to do that. Nothing unkind about yourself and nothing unkind about others. Practice kindness. We have turned into a world of cattiness, talking about others behind their back. Listen, if you're sitting with someone who is talking negatively about someone else, they're talking negatively about you when they leave your presence. I guarantee it. Shut it down. Shut it down if you're the one doing it. Shut it down if someone else is doing it. Shut it down if you're talking negatively to yourself. We say terribly mean things to ourselves. Being empowered means that we are moving towards kindness to ourselves and others. And then moving towards your objectives is the 10th one. That's empowering. Set out your objectives. Do you know what your objectives are for 2024? Do you know what they are? Do you have goals? And if you're having trouble coming up with a goal for 2024, how about if we decide to focus on you? Maybe it's a year of filling yourself. That is not selfish. Filling yourself means that everyone around you is going to bask in the overflow of who you are becoming. When you fill your cup, it gets to the top and it starts splattering over the top and it touches everybody around you. Maybe it's your year to focus on you. Maybe you spend a month learning to speak kindly to yourself. Maybe you spend a month tapping into gratitude, another month into meditation. Maybe one month you increase your steps by 500 a day, or drink more water, or determine that you're going to make healthier food choices. Whatever it is for you, maybe this is the year of you. Maybe your objective is simply learning to be empowered yourself. Tap into these things we just talked about, getting quiet on the inside, being kind to yourself, practicing gratitude, connecting with others. We missed that one. Connect with others. Get out of the house and start talking to people again. Savoring the good stuff. All of these things that we talked about are empowering yourself. And when you empower yourself, when you are filling your cup by empowering yourself, it is filling your cup to the point where everything is starting to touch everyone else around you. And then you start empowering others. And that simply means you are giving away your knowledge. You're giving away what you have learned. You are living what you've learned and letting others bask in the glory of what you are learning and who you are becoming. That's empowering others. It's believing in them when someone can't even believe in themselves. It's letting them know that you believe in them unequivocally, 100%. It means that nothing could make you not believe in them. Empowering others gives away knowledge, but it also increases your knowledge at the same time. It's the only thing you can give away that doesn't deplete you. When you give away your empowerment that you have been working on in yourself, when you give it away, it grows it in you and it grows it in the other person. And it starts to reach out as tendrils and starts to touch everybody. And it becomes this amazing experience for you and everyone around you. Empowering others is the gift it's the gift that really truly keeps giving to yourself, to that person you gave it to, and to everyone that they start giving it to, and that they give it to, and that they give it to. It goes on and on and on. Empowerment is not dead. The word empowerment might be overused from a plaque standpoint, but if you are tapping into what the word means, and if you are living what the word means, there's nothing more amazing, fabulous, fantastic, and empowering. Become radically empowered and then begin to give it away. Practice that gratitude, connecting with others, tap into silence, all of these things that we talked about. You get to be them. You get to become that person who empowers him or herself, and that person who loves to give it away. If you thought empowerment was dead, let me challenge you that it's just beginning. We're just scratching the surface. Make it your goal that every person that you come in contact with leaves a better person simply by being in your presence. That is your journal prompt today. How can I make the lives of those around me even better? How can I make the lives of those around me even better? Be empowered. Be strong. Be the person you were created to be. I love you. I am your biggest fan. And until next time, go out there and empower yourself and others.